Hello, I'm Crafty Leanie. Welcome to Wicked Wreath Friday. Let's get wicked, shall we begin? To make my Sam wreath, I use this Hobby Lobby. It's called a smooth foam. It's half of a ball. It's easy paint, 6 inches by 11.9 inches, and it was $11.99. Again, from Hobby Lobby. What I love is it's easy paint, so if you decide to paint it, you can, or you can do what I used. And I used the tissue paper from Target, and it's a gold tone. All I did was put Mod Podge on the outside of this half ball and on the back side just around the rim. I then got a piece of the sheet of tissue paper and just smoothed it all around and made sure that on the back side I just folded on in. We're going to add some more Mod Podge on the outer side and make sure on the back that you put it really good around the rim and a little bit on the inside where the tissue paper touches the foam ball. I use my heat gun just to dry it quicker, but if you use a heat gun or you use a blow dryer, be careful because your foam will melt. Now there's a variety of places you can get your burlap. There's Hobby Lobby, which is a little more expensive side, or you can get from the 99-cent store a roll of burlap. It's a burlap runner, and that was 99 cents. The holes are a little bit bigger on this one than the one that is from Hobby Lobby. And then you can also use a Dollar Tree beige shelf grip liner. And those items would be pretty good to use for your Sam head. I chose to use the 99-cent store burlap runner. I do apologize, I did not measure. How I did it was just lay the runner over my foam ball. And then the excess that was hanging off, I just cut a piece. I put it aside, finished putting the burlap around it, and just added some glue around the back rim of the circle of the ball. The circle, the ball, you know what I'm saying. You get it. I know you get it. I know you do. Careful for your fingers because when you're using hot glue with burlap material, it goes through really fast through those little holes and it does burn. So be careful. You just keep adding the glue and folding over, adding the glue and folding over until all of it is nice and tucked around your half foam ball. Don't be afraid if you have that little piece right there. See that? I didn't cover it all the way. That's okay. I'm not worried about it. We keep moving forward. And we're going to add some hot glue there. And we're going to press it down and close it up the best we can. I then took this wood round that I got from BB Craft. I will leave the links in my description box of all the supplies I used for this Sam wreath. You can find wood rounds like these at any craft store and Walmart, or you can just use cardboard or styrofoam poster board. Will even work. Perfect for this project. We then add hot glue all around the edge, flip it over and put it right to the back of our Sam head. This ribbon came from Dollar Tree. I love that it was burlap color and it had the zigzags already included on the ribbon. I wanted to show you this just in case you want to go this route for your Sam head. All I did was glue one end and glue down the strip and glued it right in the center of my Sam head. Voila, we already have zigzags. Now, if you decide to do it my way, I used the shelf grip liner from Dollar Tree. I do know that Walmart also carries this same grip shelf liner in the color beige. And you see me putting just a bead of glue straight down one side, and then I fold it over and press down. I do trim some of it just so it's a little bit more even. Now this twine I do get at Walmart. I love that it's like not too small, but it's not too big. It's perfect. So what I do is take one end of the strip we made. It's open. I put a little bit of glue and the end of the twine rope and put it right inside and then press down. I get that rope now and I just start wrapping it any old way. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be beautiful. You want it to look just wrapped any old way. So I just keep continuing to do this until my eyes are smiling and I am happy with what it looks like. Now it's time to add it to my Sam head. And all I did was put some glue, and then I'm just going to add a bead of glue going down the middle right on top of that other one I had put just in the center of my Sam head. Let me know, did you like the ribbon or do you like the one we made, the second one? So the ribbon or the one we made? Which one do you like better? And there we have it, ready for the next step. So now it's time to make Sam's collar. We're just going to take that scrap burlap that we cut from the runner and I'm going to add it to the bottom of my Sam head. And I'm just going to bunch it up and just glue it down. Again, be careful for your fingers, please, because that glue goes straight through that burlap. Now don't worry what the neck looks like because we are going to cover it with our rope. We're going to put some Dollar Tree nautical rope to hide right there. You won't even see it. Now this nautical rope did come from Dollar Tree and they seem to carry it quite often. Now we're just going to glue the nautical rope right there on the edge on that wood round, right behind the neck. I did have one side of the nautical rope longer than the other because one of the sides are going to wrap around the neck twice. So you do want one side of your rope to be longer than the other. After he's glued on the back, I turn him around and I'm going to add some glue to the corner where the collar begins. And I do put a generous amount of hot glue because I don't want this rope to come off. I want it to stay. So I keep adding some more glue as I go along and press down on the rope. Once I have it completely glued, I wrap it around one more time and then I glue the other side down in the corner And then I take both of them and wrap them into a knot. I double knot it, and then I glue the knot right underneath where the collar should begin to his head. You see right there? I hope that makes sense. Oh, he's starting to look like Sam, right? So now to add the mouth and the eyes. I did use these buttons from Hobby Lobby. I do know that Walmart does carry buttons, and I know Dollar Tree carries sometimes a bag or a little jar of assorted buttons. But make sure that they have the 4 holes so you can get your twine, and I also got that from the Dollar Tree. And I just threaded them in to make a crisscross in the middle of each eye. So now I just trim, double knot, and then I trim the excess twine off. And you're going to do this to both button eyes. Kind of reminds me of Coraline, right? I love that movie, don't you? And there you have it, my eyes. Now I'm just going to glue them to each side of each other. And make sure you put your glue on the outer side of the back of the button, not in the middle, just so your glue don't come through the holes. When I glued the eyes, I just kind of looked at them. I didn't measure them. I kind of eyeballed, for them to be even. So they might not be perfect, but hey, whatever is. I love making your own projects. Don't be afraid to do this. Things don't have to be perfect. When they're homemade, there is a little things that are a little different, and you look at it and you're just like, wow, I did that and that came out great. Be happy with what you do. You do it until your eyes are smiling and you're happy looking at what you made. It's all about what you want to do with your project. That is so important to me. Now for Sam's mouth, I'm just going to use that rope twine. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. I get it at Walmart. Well, we're just going to cut little pieces that are different sizes, and I just glued them zigzagged way. After I glued them and I was happy with it, I got my Mod Podge sealant spray and just sprayed the whole entire thing. I let it set overnight so it'd be nice and a little bit stiff, or I don't know, I made the twine in the neck where the collar is, it kind of stiffened everything. So I really love using that. I would recommend using the Mod Podge sealant spray. So now I'm getting my white chalk paint. You can use acrylic paint, whatever you like. You could even skip this part if you don't want to do this. But I wanted to highlight some of the rope, the twine rope, so it just pops out a little more and it doesn't get lost with Sam, because it's all burlap colors, that beige, brown, and I want to make sure that it kind of gives it a little more character and brings it a little more to life for me. So I'm just kind of dry brushing the middle and his mouth. I do get this brown acrylic paint. It's a deep brown. I get this at Dollar Tree. I love this color. I like the Dollar Tree's acrylic paints. I do enjoy using them. And all I did was put it on a sponge, and I'm just kind of dabbing along. No perfect way, no certain way. I'm just dabbing it because, hey, you've got to remember, he's a little dingy, right? And that's what I want the look for. You can hang that Sam on the wall just like that, or you could put him on the wreath like what we're going to do for the rest of the video. So I'm going to get a foam board piece I got from the Dollar Tree, and I just cut a square out of it. And then I just got a printable. You can look online for many free printables, and I just looked up Sam's lollipop, and you get a bunch of free printable images, and that's what I chose. I will leave the links in my description box if you would like to go to those, what I did. So all I do is get my sealant spray, Mod Podge sealant spray, after I traced it and cut them both out. and put it on top of my foam board. Press down. Once it was dried, I got my acrylic black paint. It's Apple Barrel by Plaid, Apple Barrel. And all I do is just go back in, paint over, just so it has a more darker look and it pops more. I use the Harvest Orange for my pumpkin part of the lollipop. Don't forget to do your edges. That is very important when you're doing a project. To me, I believe it's really important to give it a finished final look when you're doing this. I did get the dowel sticks at Walmart in a pack, and all I do is get that Harvest Orange and I paint the entire lollipop stick. It is a wooden dowel, and I just got some black acrylic paint again and just made little stripes. As you can tell, it was not perfect. If you don't want to paint your black stripes, paint it orange, and you can glue a cute thin satin black ribbon and just twist it around it and glue the bottom, and that would look just as cute. Now I'm gluing my lollipop to my stick, and there you have my first little Sam's lollipop. Oh, and I made 2 of them. Really happy with these. I was really excited. Now I'm using these BB Craft beads. They're large beads. You can find these at any craft store, but I wanted to use these because this is the colors I chose, because that was what was in the film of Trick or Treat. Sam had a scene on the stairs where he had the colors of these gumballs, and then I just sprayed them with some of that sealant spray. For my trick or treat sign, I got a printable also, and I'm just going to cut out that trick or treat. And I'm going to use this black chalk paint that I got from Dollar Tree. You can use any paint you like, acrylic, you can use any color, brown, black, you can use any orange even. And I sprayed some of that sealant Mod Podge spray, got my finger, and I just spread it around evenly. And then I'm just going to put a little bit on the back so my paper don't wrinkle. And I want it to be just damp, not too wet, just a little bit. Once I was happy with the consistency on the back of that paper, I just go and I press it along. Now I'm going to get that brush, and I'm just dry brushing around the paper where the edges are with some of that black paint. Just kind of blend in the sign together. And I do that until my eyes are smiling and I'm happy with what I'm looking at. Some of the paper dried from the Mod Podge, and all I do is scrape it right off with this, I don't know, it's a big jumbo popsicle stick I use, but you can just even use your scissors for that. And I Mod Podged the whole entire sign and set it aside to let it dry. For this wreath, I got it at Hobby Lobby for $5.99. It's a grapevine wreath and it is 18 inches. You can decide what size you want, and you can leave the sticks or you can cut them and trim it. I decide to leave them. For me, I thought it was perfect for what the wreath was going to be. I'm also going to be using these beautiful leaves that I got from the Dollar Tree. These cute little candy corns, also from the Dollar Tree, to add my Sam head to my wreath. I'm just going to see where I want to put him. After I decide where I want to place him, I get 2 pipe cleaners, twist the 2 ends tightly together, and then open it. And now I'm going to add a generous amount of hot glue. I put it on top of the pipe cleaner where I want it to stay, and then I hold it down for a little bit. And I do like to wiggle it a little bit because I do want the glue to get right on and into that pipe cleaner. After they set and dry, and I put them on the corners where I know I'm going to put them in the wreath, through the wreath, I get a piece of cardboard, or sometimes I get a piece of ribbon, or you can get a piece of tape, masking tape or duct tape, and glue it and back on top of your pipe cleaners where you glue them. And that helps keep it where they are really going to stay for a long time. Now I get each end of the pipe cleaners and I push them through the grapevine. See that? Once both ends are through the grapevine wreath, I pull them firmly. And as I'm pulling, once they're to where I want them, you pull up, and then you're going to twist those two ends of that pipe cleaners, and you're going to twist tightly. And then I tuck it right into the wreath. And I did it to all the ends. And he won't go anywhere. He is there. Now I'm going to get some hot glue, and I'm going to put the pick for the candy corn from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the bottom, and then I just put it right inside that wreath. I did cut the larger picks to stick to them, and then I put glue on the ends and then place them where my eyes are smiling. That is so important. If you don't want to put them where I exactly put them, you have at it. I want you to be happy with your project. I just get those lollipops now, put some glue on the end, and I just place them inside that wreath. And I just continue adding my embellishments to it, to my wreath. I add the other lollipop to the bottom, and I'm having them go to different directions. And then I'm going to just pull off some of those beautiful autumn leaves, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the end in the back of them, and I'm just placing them in different spots. And I just keep adding. I didn't want too many fall leaves on there because I do want Sam's head to be the more of the focal point of this wreath. So I want it to be colorful, and I wanted it to say when you see it, that is Sam. That is trick or treat. So I'm adding the leaves. And now it's time to add my gumballs. And again, I just add them. You can add, I added 3, but you can make more than 3 if you like, and add as many as you want to put on your wreath. I just get now the hot glue, put it behind my little trick-or-treat sign. I didn't want it too big because, like I said, I wanted Sam to be my main focal point. And I just thought it was fitting to put trick-or-treat on there, because Sam loves Halloween. I add 1 little candy corn to the top corner. And then I get this moss from the Dollar Tree, and I just placed it inside the little spots where they were bare and needed. And here is my final look. Oh my gosh, I fell totally in love with this. Well, I hope you enjoyed what I made for you today, my wicked lovelies. Please give this video a big thumbs up. I so appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And subscribe. And don't forget to click that notification bell. Hit all so you're notified every time I upload a new Wicked Wreath for you. Wicked Wreath Fridays will be every second Friday of each month. It was my pleasure getting wicked with you, my lovelies. Have a good one. Be kind to yourself and others.